Altogether, the documents of this city council meeting contains 1,588 pages, but the word racism is never mentioned. Not labeling a problem does not mean it doesn't exist. Moreover, this is actually a lot worse. By not naming the problem, it won't be dealt with. I read, racism is conception, as conception is relative and thus can be used especially as an excuse for personal failure. There's a lot less racism than we tend to think. We enhance racism by talking about it. This is what this council, or at least its alderman Homans, thinks about racism. But pardon me, have you any idea how much statements like this hurts the feelings of applicants who speak Dutch, are born here, have received a diploma, and still unfortunately do not get the chance to prove themselves because of their appearance, origin, name, postal address, or because they are wearing a headscarf? I read, all citizens of Antwerp have equal opportunities and possibilities to be part of the town community and embody it actively. You can just as well change this into all people of Antwerp not wearing a headscarf. Equal opportunities is very debatable. A girl or woman wearing a headscarf is confronted with a choice: get a job or wear a headscarf. There is a shortage of teachers in these schools. We have to go to the Netherlands to find them and take them from the so-called side stream. Personally, I know more than 5 dynamic and courageous young teachers who are unable to find work in these city schools, not because they lack the capacities, but because they wear a headscarf. I read, every citizen of Antwerp can live according to his or her life philosophy in optimal conditions and with respect for other local citizens. However, it turns out that the conditions are made a bit more difficult for some. For example, by burdening them with a higher tax for the festival of sacrifice. Everybody has to speak Dutch, but the waiting time on the waiting list is 1 month for the higher educated and goes up to 2 years for the less educated. So what about the equal opportunities? Concerning diversity and racism, I would like to direct myself especially to the alderman responsible for the Port of Antwerp. We are born here. I've been to Antwerp school. We graduated and got 1 or more diplomas. We speak Dutch, and even Antwerps, if you want. But even then, not just because my name is Mohamed, my chances to start working in the Antwerp harbors, are minimal. Just look around you. It's a white harbor. No question of diversity. Isn't it about time we establish a task force with targets and targets figure? You can only tackle institutional racism with a good management and serious decision-making. The figures are there, and so are the stories about behind the figures. The undeniable evidence of racism is news coverage. Tests and studies, unfortunately, are there as well. Racism is enhanced by not speaking about it, Mrs. Hoffmans. If I know that my father and mother had less possibilities because of all this mentioned, if I know that there are too many obstacles for them to develop properly, if I know they have always felt uncomfortable here, if I know all that, I myself will also start feeling unsure about my future. I will doubt whether studying will really help me progress in this racistic climate. I will doubt whether getting a diploma is really crucial. And not only will I doubt, but also my children and children's children. What can I tell them? Should I just not talk about it as you do? There's a whole community which is involved in this mechanism, which limits their chances. This is what keeps you awake and worried. This is not a relative notion, but an absolute, objective, and perceptible problem. So yes, I do speak about the White Harbor. For me, diversity is working together, trying to understand each other, getting to know each other better, getting rid of prejudices. You have heard me, getting rid of them. And that is quite different from what so many young people of Antwerp hear nowadays. On behalf of all people with a different color of skin, of another origin, with another native language, a weird-sounding name, and a postal code referring to Bogaut, I am telling you, you must start your homework. all over when subjects like diversity and racism are concerned. And as long as the word racism is not mentioned, then you won't touch upon the heart of the matter. That is why we will not approve the mayor plan. Thank you.